The fourth round of Brexit talks are underway in Brussels. It'll be the first opportunity for EU negotiators to respond to British Prime Minister Theresa May's speech on Friday, which was aimed at breaking an impasse over the talks. The four-day meeting is expected to focus once more on how much the UK will pay Europe to exit the Union. In her speech, May offered to continue paying into the EU for a two-year transition period. But ratings agency Moodys put more pressure on the British government ahead of the talks. On Friday, it downgraded the UK's sovereign rating to AA2. That is 2 notches below its top grade. Moodys said the government's finances could face pressure as it tries to ease austerity measures and that it expects growth to slow. The Treasury accused Moodys of being out of date. For more analysis, we're joined by Professor of Economics at Cardiff University, Patrick Minford, and he is in the Welsh capital. Professor Minford, great to have you on the show, as always. Professor, what are your expectations from this round of talks?
Well, it's very hard to know because the EU are potentially cooperative if they like what Theresa May has said. It was a very sort of positive offer to engage and to reach a trade agreement. But of course, the EU position has been that they won't start even talking about trade until they're satisfied they got enough money on the table. And of course, that's impossible really for the British side because the British don't feel they owe them any money at all. I mean, you leave a golf club, you stop paying the fees. So it's very much up there in the air what will happen. If the EU is cooperative, then I think the outlook is positive for an agreement with the EU, followed by, a move towards Brexit, free trade agreements with other countries, and so on, moving in a very smooth way. However, if the EU is not cooperative, then it's quite possible that the British will simply walk away and go for no deal, which wouldn't really damage them.
OK, so let's talk about this Moodys downgrade. It doesn't seem like a particularly good omen for the UK as it goes into these talks. Do you think the European side could use it to put more pressure on the UK?
No, I don't think so. We've had so much of this consensus, project fear, it's all going to end in disaster. I mean, it's been nonsense so far. As we have always argued, there's no reason really for the British economy to do badly. In fact, it should do well out of free trade. I mean, when has any economy not done well out of more free trade and opening up to other countries around the world, which is what Brexit means in the case of the UK, and hopefully also having, a well-calibrated agreement with the EU itself. So I think this is really just part of in a way, the Treasury, which of course started all this project fear, is right. Moodys is really a bit out of date.
Professor Patrick Minford from Cardiff University, thank you ever so much for joining us.